So before we can start developing our open guard, before we can start trying to attack our partner or get into an offensive cycle of moves, the number one thing that we need to think about is actually the internal headspace that we have. So I want us to consider, how do we build a safe zone or safe space for ourselves within our open guard? So what exactly do I mean by this? We're going to go through some ideas between distance management and space management that will highlight this a little bit more clearly in a second. But first, understanding how to create a safe space for ourselves in the open guard means that we're not constantly being thrown back into a defensive position. If we're constantly stuck in a defensive cycle of movements, we can never actually advance and get to an end game with our partner. Understanding that we always have two sets of objectives to fulfill with our partner, which are number one, movement objectives, number two, finishing objectives. Movement objectives are generally related to how I go about advancing on my partner's body. We're always trying to get to superior positions of control. Understanding that the finishing objective is me looking to find a submission once I've gotten to my final dominant control position. Going back to this idea of being stuck in a defensive cycle, we want to try and minimize our preoccupation of thoughts that, oh my God, someone's going to pass my guard. Oh my God, what do I do? I'm so worried about so-and-so getting a knee cut. We want to eliminate this sort of thought process entirely. So how do we build the confidence in our psychology that we're able to maintain a certain boundary in our open guard, that it feels almost like an impenetrable defense, that I can easily go from a neutral position and easily go into an offensive cycle to continue to advance and also to attack my partner? So that's what we're going to cover in the next part.